Hello, this is Dan's show on the tube. I'm Dan, and we're going to do the AEW Dynamite review for January the 1st of 2025. It was a pretty big show, so we're going to get to it. The Death Riders were shown on video after a video made after the pay-per-view, and Jon Moxley cut a promo on Cope and the AEW World Title belt. Started off, I'll probably sit on this horse for a while. Cope has got to be the worst ring name I've ever heard, and I just can't even believe he's using it. Rated FTR cut a promo on the Death Riders. The first match of the show was Orange Cassidy versus Hangman Adam Page. Hangman won with a buckshot lariat. Then afterwards, he attacked Orange Cassidy. Referees and Christopher Daniels come out. Hangman attacked Christopher Daniels, knocked him down with a series of punches, and then started kicking on him, and then he just walked away. Jay White was shown backstage cutting a promo on Wheeler Yuta, costing him the AEW World Title belt. Wheeler Yuta is my least favorite member of the Death Riders. I don't really even think he belongs in the group. He's kind of not really a star, and just doesn't really belong there. The Acclaimed faced off with the Hurt Syndicate. During the match, the Acclaimed had a big argument, and after that, Anthony Bowens watched the match from the arena floor, and Max Caster got dominated, and he ended up tapping out to the Hurt Lock. The Acclaimed is a tag team that's never gotten over with me. I do enjoy tag team wrestling. I do enjoy a lot of the tag teams, but the Acclaimed just don't really do anything for me. The Hurt Syndicate, I'd like to see them get another member. I would really like to see Cedric Alexander from NXT end up over in AEW with them. He was a member of what was known as the Hurt Business in WWE when they were all together, and I liked that group, so I'd like to see that again. Next up, Swerve Strickland had an interview about his triple threat match for the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet next week. For those that don't know how a Casino Gauntlet works, it's similar to a Royal Rumble. How many ever members? I think it's 20. Draw a number at random, and they come out in the order of the number they drew, and they keep fighting, and the match ends by pinfall or submission in the ring. And as soon as the first pinfall or submission occurs, the match is over and that person wins. So it's not uncommon to see a rather low number out of that 20 actually make it into the match. I could take or leave the match. Not really my favorite stipulation. I prefer a Royal Rumble or a Battle Royal. Jamie Hayter faced off with Julia Hart next. Julia Hart won with the black mist to the eyes. Jamie Hayter fell over from the mist, and Julia Hart pinned her. Jamie Hayter really does nothing for me. Julia Hart is, yeah. Jamie Hayter kind of reminds me of if you were to buy Becky Lynch on Temu. I think that's what you'd get in the mail, would be Jamie Hayter. I like the old look for Jamie Hayter better than I do the new look. She's just kind of blah. A video about Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher was shown. Then there was a video for Okada and Kenny Omega, and it was announced that Kenny Omega will be on Dynamite next week. A video was shown of Okada, and he was telling Kenny Omega to stay out of his business and not get involved. When Okada finally faces Omega, that's going to be a shut up and take my money match. I really want to see that. Should be great. Next up, Mercedes Moné came out and had a video package played about herself. She talked about her match at Wrestle Dynasty against Mina Shirakawa. Um, we will be posting a live video. Well, not a live video, but we will be posting a video about Wrestle Kingdom or Wrestle Dynasty. I'm sorry. After the show, it'll be probably either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm really looking forward to seeing that show and some of the matches on it. Curious to see the results. The Undisputed Kingdom did an interview, and during that interview, Roderick Strong talked about the triple threat match. Next up was the triple threat match for the number one spot in next week's Casino Gauntlet match. It was Roderick Strong versus Switchblade Jay White versus Swerve Strickland. Ricochet showed up late in the match and stabbed Swerve in the head with a pair of gold scissors. Swerve bled like a stuck pig. He really can bleed. While that was going on, Jay White pinned Roderick Strong with a Blade Runner. Ricochet then went after the bloodied Swerve and got him a couple of more times, headbutted him and got him a couple more times with the scissors and several punches. Prince Nana tried to get involved. He pushed Nana away, or chased Nana away with the scissors. Then he turned around and got a chair, and Nana grabbed the chair, and he ended up hitting Prince Nana several times with the chair, and went back in the ring to work on Swerve some more, and the Undisputed Kingdom ran Ricochet off. That's the best heel work I could have imagined from Ricochet. I couldn't imagine the viciousness out of him, so it was kind of a surprise to see. The heel Ricochet character may surprise me and turn around and actually be half decent. Next up, Jeff Jarrett was shown talking backstage to his group of guys, Sanjay Dutt and the rest of them, and then Karen Jarrett talked to him, and he come out to the next up. Mariah May cut a promo on the entire AEW women's locker room and just talked about how much she was better than them and how good she was, and that she was so good that no one even really noticed. Mariah May does nothing for me. I'd actually like to see Toni Storm get her back, or Britt Baker come back and take out Mariah May, or heck, Julia Hart could take out Mariah May, and I'd be pretty happy about it. Jeff Jarrett came out carrying his boots. As wrestling fans, especially amateur wrestling fans, know, leaving your boots in the ring is kind of a sign that you're done and you're retired. So Jeff Jarrett had came out with a pair of his boots, and there was a guitar in the ring, and he talked about how his family's been in the business since 1946. He talked about his grandma selling tickets and becoming a promoter. He talked about his dad becoming a wrestler and a promoter and eventually owning his own company. And he talked about himself starting TNA. He didn't mention TNA by name, but he mentioned TNA. And then the former 12-time champion announced that he has signed his final pro wrestling contract as a talent with AEW, and that he wants the AEW World title, and he asked to be signed into the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal match. So I don't know if he's going to be in the Casino Gauntlet or not, but he's asked to be in it. A video package of Hook was shown. He talked about the patriarchy, specifically Christian Cage, who he'll be fighting in 2 weeks. And he talked about putting Nick Wayne in the Red Rum, and that Christian was next. When I think about my favorites in AEW, sometimes Hook gets forgotten, but I really love Hook. I think Hook reminds me so much of his dad. And in reality, I think Hook is the second generation or multi-generational wrestler who most reminds me of their famous family members. I would have loved to have been able to see Hook and Taz in a tag team match together. I think that would have been great. I absolutely love Hook, though. Powerhouse Hobbs had a handicap match against John Cruz and Rob Killjoy. Hobbs hit a spine buster on both men and double pinned them. I like Powerhouse Hobbs. I think he would make a good TNT champion. I don't see him as a world champion yet. I don't see him on that level, but I would love to see him as TNT champion. Big Bill and Brian Keith had an interview, and in the middle of their interview, they saw Rated FTR off to the side, and they cut a promo on it, Rated FTR, and Rated FTR cut a promo on them. And in the end, they challenged the Learning Tree to a match at Collision, which was booked. The next thing they showed was a video from MJF after the pay-per-view. He was pretty bloodied up. And he cut a promo on Adam Cole talking about that Adam Cole is done. He's done with Adam Cole. He's done with Better Than You, baby. He has nothing to do with any of that. And he's ready to go after Jon Moxley. He said he doesn't care if Jon Moxley burns the company to the ground, but he wants the title. MJF, excuse me. MJF is probably my favorite wrestler in AEW. I really like MJF. I love his promo work. I love his work in the ring. He's got it all, and I wish in a way he would have signed with WWE when that contract ran out recently. I'm hoping eventually he still does. For the main event, it was the Death Riders versus Rated FTR. Adam Copeland filed with the patent office, and the patent was accepted for the name Cope, so that's now his ring name. Worst name ever. It's cringeworthy. It's so bad. During the match, Moxley and Cope fought through the crowd. While that was going on, and the referee was busy trying to get them back in the ring so the match could continue, Jay White slipped out and hit a Blade Runner on Wheeler Yuta. They ended up Cope and Moxley were fighting outside, and Cope hit a spear through the barricade. Shortly after, Rated FTR won with a Shatter Machine spear combo on Wheeler Yuta, and they celebrated to end the show. There was no 10 out of 10s in this show. It wasn't anything more spectacular than your average AEW show. I'm curious to see what's going to go on that Casino Gauntlet match. Other than that, not really much come out of the show to me. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. In the comment section below right now, I'm looking for ideas that I can use to make the show better. If you have any ideas that you would like to see, leave me a message in the comments. Next week, I made some equipment changes, and I'm in the process of trying to learn the new equipment. Once I get the new equipment figured out, we're going to have a much more entertaining show. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.